computer. Okay, I'm recording again. Let me just show you how you get the complication data. So here I'm going to close. And obviously, we have 300 patients. Somebody needs to go through all 300, read my synopsis or clinical note or both. And when we then go to this, for example, to this patient, I'm going to use a patient that I know we had a complication. Who would that be? Okay, well, let's go look for the same patient, to Fran, Cecilia. So let's say this patient comes after a year, and somebody needs to just read my follow-ups and find out if there is any mention of neuropraxia or nerve root irritation or other complication. It will be out there. And then have to make sure that in the surgical data, study data, that complication is mentioned. Okay? And there's subcomplication. If there's a subcomplication, that we can put it there. Or if there are more than one complication, we can put it here. But either way, we have to make sure that somebody reads that, and it's not just that I select it, because I might miss it. So, and there are 300 patients. I don't believe it takes more than a few days for a person to go through 300 records and make sure that after one.
Ali's doing that right now. Is someone doing that right now?
Well, there are supposed to be 4 people doing it right now, but you can. We will talk about that this week and assign, make sure whose responsibility is that data is accurate. Okay. So either way, once the data is put in, you can go to surgery filter and then go to, you see that here says in the, obviously here, let's go back here in the, for example, Hamid Abbas, we want to have select all Hamid Abbasi's patient.
Hamid Abbasi too.
Yeah, okay, Hamid Abbasi.
Well, we'll do both, right? We want both, probably.
No, I think I should be only as Hamid Reza. I'm not sure why.
Well, try it, see what happens.
Say that again?
Try it, see what happens if you put Hamid Abbasi.
So 37 patients are here.
Oh, it is operator too. 38.
Oh, that's operator too. Yeah, that's nonsense. Select all. Okay. Operator 1. Hamid Abbasi. Okay. So 2,423. Now I want in that only. Let's go to Olaf. Where is that thing here? Somewhere here. Surgical group.
Do you want Olaf and Olaf open in the landmark study? Or just Olaf?
Yeah. I think we should just go with Olaf at this point. But so Olaf. So 545. And now let's go to complication. Here, complication. No, that is the freehand. Where's the other one? Oh, it's toward the end, I believe. Here, complication here. For example, I just want to know infections. Do you see that there?
Yeah.
Here. and I get those 2 patients that truly got an infection. You see that there?
Mm-hmm.
And
Didn't you say you had 3, or was it 2?
say that again?
Didn't you say you had 3 patients?
No, I had 2. So
2.
the third one, 4 months later, had a sepsis from kidney or something else that
Okay.
exceeded the hardware. That is not a surgical complication or infection. It is like somebody later on
Yeah.
has a different thing. So
Okay.
only 2. So you saw I just filtered my complication because here I'm sure about this data, but let's go to a different kind of complication. So complication, and select all. For example, continuous stenosis. Here. So this patient had continuous stenosis after Olaf. And if I go to any of them, like here, some basic data are still there. And you see that there I put actually in the M&M, I put my synopsis from, there is always a clinical visit that I notice patient has a complication, right?
Yeah. I
usually put that synopsis in the day that I noticed that, put it there, here, right there. On 5/21/18, Hamid Abbasi in TBSI saw the patient. Hamid Abbasi looked at the lumbar CT in 7 medical system, multiple falls, and now left L4-5 foraminal and lateral stenosis. Proceed with left L4-5 decompression with foraminotomy. So here, practically explains, but as well look at that here, complication, continued stenosis, but this patient had a MVA slash fall, which is, or lifting accident. So, and that sort of gives you all the information practically you need to know. Mm-hmm. And if you go, or I can go to patient's record and all that information will be there too. So let's go to a different patient here, Klima. Continuous stenosis. And so after the surgery, with no obvious reason, you notice the patient still have foraminal stenosis that's clinically relevant. And if I want to know what happened to that patient, so I just have to get the information of that patient here. Close. Go to patient. Right now, I'm as well as you saw, I'm remoting in. You see, the speed is not really limiting thing here. Klima Wendel. So here it is. Patient had a OLIF on 11/11/2015. In 4/26/2016, patient had a left L5S1 foraminotomy. And here in follow-up, so the entire patient has been seen 11 times here. And the last visit was on 7/21/16.
So
go ahead.
This is the patient in the continued stenosis group, right?
This is a continuous stenosis group, yeah.
So there should be, let me see, can we find that in this synopsis?
You will find it in synopsis, yeah. Just before the surgery, symptoms are not improving. Upright MRI, pain management, and so on and so forth. So this patient is obviously now, it's just one of those patients that had continuous problems. Let's go back here. Look at that. The surgery was on 11/11/15. The second surgery was 4/27/16. And then patient had a spinal cord stimulation trial as well. So this is a chronic pain patient. So let's look at the clinic report just before 4/27/16. So this seems to be the one. Left L5 radiculopathy is getting worse. CT shows left L5S1 foraminal stenosis. So proceed with left. You see colon. So this is the clinical finding. Now this is the plan. Left L5S1 foraminotomy. And then I saw the patient. So after a few days of relief, pain is back now, and so on and so forth. Okay, significant disability-related question. Do you know what that means? That's
No.
a code word. That's a code thing. This patient is literally looking for disability.
Right.
Meaning that this patient has a significant psychosocial issues here. And I start putting some that here as well, financial issues here. So this patient is not going to get better because he has some secondary gain. Okay, so there's some code work. We don't say, I think this patient is a faker and something. We just describe that the patient has significant disability-related question. Okay, so any other question for now?
So to find the complications, they do need to go through your synopsis, right?